Every human culture eventually asks the exact same question: where did we come from? And depending on whether you ask a priest or a paleontologist, you get completely different answers. That friction usually boils down to one specific, highly persistent question. If humans evolved from monkeys, why are there still monkeys? To find out how we got here, we have to stop looking at modern primates altogether. We need to rewind the clock 66 million years. Back then, Earth was completely dominated by giant apex predators. Our early mammalian ancestors were barely an afterthought, tiny, shrew-like creatures hiding in the shadows, just trying not to get stepped on. We didn't arrive through a sudden act of magic. Our entire existence relies on a random, apocalyptic space rock. When a 6-mile-wide asteroid slammed into the Yucatan Peninsula, it instantly wiped out 75% of plant and animal species, including every non-avian dinosaur. The initial impact was devastating, but it was the aftermath that cleared the board. An ash-choked atmosphere triggered a brutal nuclear winter, freezing and starving the remaining giant reptiles. The mammals survived precisely because they were small. They burrowed deep underground to escape the freezing temperatures and stayed alive by eating insects and dead vegetation. This pyramid illustrates the ecological vacuum. Dinosaurs occupied the top tier. When deleted, it left a massive empty space at the top. Nature hates a vacuum. Surviving mammals rapidly adapted, mutating and expanding to claim the biological real estate left by the reptiles. The total removal of the planet's dominant species was the mandatory catalyst. Mammals didn't outcompete the dinosaurs. They simply stepped into the space left behind. With the predators gone, mammals evolved quickly. They grew in size and diversity, spreading out to conquer the open plains and dense forests. To survive in the forest canopies, some of these mammals developed grasping hands and forward-facing eyes to judge distance, laying the biological groundwork for primates. Look closely at a modern chimpanzee. You see the forward-facing eyes, distinct facial structure, and complex expressions. It's easy to assume direct descent. This evolutionary tree shows reality. Humans didn't evolve from modern chimpanzees. We share a common ancient ancestor. When shifting climates thinned the forests, one ancestral branch stayed in the trees, becoming modern apes. The other branch was forced down onto the ground. That genetic split was the biological crossroads that pushed our specific ancestors out of the safety of the canopy and into a much more dangerous open world. Navigating the tall grass of the open savanna required a new trick for survival: bipedalism. They had to stand and walk upright on 2 legs just to see over the brush and spot predators. Walking upright permanently freed our ancestors' front limbs. Paws that were once used for walking became highly dexterous hands. With free hands, hominids intentionally chipped stones to create sharp edges. This prehistoric hand axe represents the technological leap that separated them from other animals. Stone tools allowed them to slice meat and crack bones for marrow. Processing food this way provided high-density calories needed to fuel rapid brain growth. You can see the result here: a massive cranial vault that expanded as the space required for a heavy jaw began to shrink. Human intelligence is a mechanical byproduct, the direct result of free hands, striking stone tools, and cooked calories reinforcing one another. We are the final product of a 66 million year unbroken chain reaction of trial, error, and adaptation. Our ancestors started as tiny, vulnerable creatures burrowing in the ashes of a destroyed world, and they evolved into the most dominant species this planet has ever seen. Sometimes people feel that looking at the mechanical reality of evolution strips away the magic of human existence. But understanding the actual mechanics of how we survived amplifies the scale of our journey. Knowing we are the byproduct of an ancient apocalypse frames our history as an unbroken chain of narrow escapes, surviving every extinction event our lineage encountered along the way. We are the ultimate survivors of a cosmic accident. The absolute end of the dinosaurs was the necessary beginning of us.